Coming up on Cricket Safari, Alishan Sharafu, 82 of 47, incredible, getting his team back to victory. Muhammad Amir shows us how to bowl a Yorker. And next up later tonight, David Warner and the Dubai Capitals taking on the Gulf Giants tonight. The Knight Riders winning today by 6 wickets, a much-needed win for them, chasing 155 with Sharafu leading the team to victory. And support from the fellow bowlers as well, and Imad Wasim, impressive there by him. The Knight Riders will be happy to get that win today. And joining me now on the show is Vakar Yunus and Darren Ganga. Welcome, boys.
Thank you.
What a game today.
Yeah, it was, at the end, it was pretty one-sided. I mean, very clinical of Knight Riders. Nobody gave them any chance of winning this game, but they played some quality cricket. They bowled well, and then, of course, at the end, seeing a youngster, Sharafu, getting runs and convincingly controlling the inning really, really well. Played spinners extremely well. So, very impressed by a youngster. So, plenty. I mean, there was so much to really cherish and really praise, I guess.
Absolutely. Darren, your thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, I felt that the Knight Riders had a lot of confidence batting-wise from the last game against the Dubai Capitals. Although they lost that game, I felt that they needed some batting confidence as a group, and that they got. They won the toss, which I felt was critical in this result too. Elected to bowl first. And you always know that this Knight Riders team, they have a formidable bowling lineup. To me, it was the face-off with the spinners. Whichever pair of spinners did well would probably lead their side to winning. And Sunil Narine, Imad Wasim, they were superb. And when you compare that with Hasaranga and Shadab Khan, no wonder Knight Riders have gone on.
Absolutely, like you said, a formidable bowling side. Imad Wasim, 2 for 19. He really set the tone there.
Yeah, he did set the tone. He was very clinical. He was... You know, the good thing what I really enjoyed was him spinning the ball. You know, normally he bowls with big in-swingers and bowled quickly. But today was a different ball game altogether. He was trying to spin the ball. He was trying to make the batsman think, although there was plenty of grass on the pitch. Look at the line, the length he's bowled. So much in control bowling within the line of the stumps. It's never easy, you know, for the batters to get away. I mean, let alone scoring runs. It was hard to survive against him.
And also Captain Sunil Narine led from the front, Darren.
Yeah, I mean, what impresses me so much about Imad Wasim and Sunil Narine when they bowl is not often do they use that turn to get wickets and contain opposition teams. They've developed varieties within their bowling armory that has allowed them to contain opposition teams and put pressure, which eventually leads to wickets. So Sunil Narine, again, I just feel that he has to now use that leadership role and manage the game, especially when they're bowling, use himself in one-over spells, control the game, and if he gets support like what he did today with the likes of Imad Wasim and his bowlers, this team is going to probably go very far in this tournament.
And now joining us, superstar Andre Russell.
Big man.
Andre, I'm sure the team's happy to be back to winning ways.
Yeah, for sure. You know, for the last 2 games, we've been under the pump. You know, we had a long bowling meeting today, and we discussed, you know, how we're going to go about it. We're going to keep it as simple as possible and, you know, not too fancy, and just keep the ball where the plan is. And we have a look at all the batters, and I think every bowler come out, they execute, and it shows. 155 on a decent batting wicket. I don't think it was that bad, but I think execution was on point today.
Yeah, Russ, 35 years young. I mean, million games under your belt, and still going really strong. First, tell me how the knees and the ankles and the back.
To be honest, you know, for the last couple of years, you know, getting into the 30s, as Darren can say it,
I'm in my 40s.
you can say it, when you guys were getting a bit older, things get harder. And I just think we have to look after our body more at that point. In my 20s, I used to laugh at guys on the massage bed every day and doing rehab and
now
stuff.
You live on it.
No, I live on it. So I think my body is in perfect condition. I think you know, give God thanks for that. Not every day a fast bowler get up and feel good and, you know, back not stiff or hamstring not tight. So I'm enjoying every moment, and, you know, the ball is coming out well as well. So,
I saw that, and I really enjoyed, you know, the pace is coming back, and of course with all that experience, you got all these variation in a different type of sort of slow deliveries. It was wonderful to see. And let's go through your bowling. I mean, that was a slower one, you know. Talk us through.
Yeah, to be honest, with watching Hasaranga play over the last couple of years, he always back away, give himself room. So I decided to go slower ball wide, have him stretching for it, and hit the toe off his bat, went up, and I'm happy. He could have went fine, edge fine for 4, but, you know, luck goes a long way in cricket, and today was my day. So
Yeah.
Now, Russ, I want to ask you a little bit of the way you balance your bowling with your batting. When you talk about Andre Russell in T20 cricket, a lot of people associate you with just hitting sixes, but you're a very effective T20 bowler. How do you manage to keep yourself in form bowling-wise and batting-wise?
Yeah, that's a very good point, Darren. I think a lot of players, a lot of fans, sometimes when I'm walking around and they said, I love your sixes, I'm like, what about my wickets? You know,
I know, 400 plus wickets.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, people will remember all those amazing innings more than the 4-wicket haul, couple 5-wicket haul that I've gotten so far. So I balance it with making sure that every time I go to practice, I try to do a bit of both, because you can't just go to practice, have a hit, and then that's it. I don't believe in that. As an all-rounder, I know my job is harder than anyone else. And I'm not just a medium pace. I know I bowl close to 90 miles per hour, and I want to bowl that pace as long as possible. So you have to make sure that your shoulders are always in motion, and it's all about muscle memory. So working on my Yorkers, release point, and as well, you know, so I'm just enjoying every moment and, you know, working hard as always.
Well, Andre, we saw a feature earlier, and talk us to your training regime a bit. It's clearly paying off. We saw you in the gym in the middle of the night.
As I just said.
That's when he came back
That's
from the match.
Yeah, so as I said, my job as an all-rounder is not the easiest job, to be honest. Sometimes you bowl 4 overs, you go off. By the time you have a change of clothes, you know, 2-3 wicket down, you have to rush, put the pads on. So I have to be ready for all of those things. So in practice, I make sure that I bowl maybe 24 balls, 30 balls, and then go straight into the nets. So with that preparation, in the game, I will get maybe 10 over rest, which I will be more rested to come out and get the job done. So, look at those six-packs.
That's a real Superman.
I mean, Andre, do you want to ask Vakar and Darren, do you think they go to the gym at night?
Oh.
3 a.m.?
We don't go near gym anywhere, let alone night or day.
Maybe you guys should train together. That would be fun.
No. I'm not taking the risk.
Be a good trainer.
I really want to ask Russell as well. I mean, maybe not in Waka's time, there was so much cricket data analytics around the game. How much of that information you use for your bowling and planning for different players? You spoke about Hasaranga and you're watching him. Is that a major part of your prep before you play opposition teams and bowl to opposition batters?
Yeah, one of the things that I've been doing over the years, and it's not a secret, I think a lot of players do it, but for me it's a regime that I follow. Late at nights, I would go on YouTube, watch videos, or if Sri or any analyst that I'm playing in the team with, they would send data to us. I would watch the videos, playback, watch the videos, what they look to do. Say I'm looking at a bowler, I would look to see when he's under pressure, what his go-to delivery, bowling to a batter, when he hit a boundary, what he looks to do after, if he looks to attack or look to get a single. In that way, if a batter like to hit boundaries and then look to rotate, I can go full fast at his foot, try to get him out LBW. Those simple things that I look at. So I'm a very attacking bowler, and I might go for a few runs, but definitely I want to get you out. So
You're attacking batters. Well, the first delivery you face off Hasaranga, you attempted to hit him for 6. So that alone tells me what your mindset is like and the confidence you have in your form.
Yeah. I'm very clear when I'm batting. I think I've gotten out a lot in my career, two-minded, and it's not a good feeling that, you know you can hit the ball, even a good ball, I still can hit. I back my ability more now than before. So that I told Hasaranga in the middle, I told him after the over complete, I said, hey, I missed out there. He was like, yeah, it was too close.
The same about you.
Yeah.
Well, Andre, thank you so much for talking to us. Okay, Waqar.
I'm so glad that I'm not playing nowadays, because I would not have been able to carry that data in my mind. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Andre, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. I hope the Knight Riders can make the playoffs.
Definitely. We're definitely trying to do that this year. Last year was terrible for us. We have 2 wins, which is more than last year. So
100% better.
So I'm happy, and we have a good set of guys. Guys that we stick together, win or lose. Always some action going on in the team bus, going back to the hotel, and it's what we need as a team. Whether we win or lose, the vibe's always good. So the next game, no one think about the last game. We think about what is in our control. So, yeah.
Well, that's incredible. Thank you so much for joining us, Andre, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, guys.
And now I think we need to put Darren to work.
Yes, thank you.
To the hitting zone.
I'm going to take you across to the hitting zone. It's over here.
I'm done.
Right,
tonight.
today,
all yours.
in this
okay, Darren, I'm going to
match,
watch you. Come on.
Yep. I felt today was a real contest between the spinners, Stanley, Sunil Narine, Hasaranga, 2 of the best we have in this format of the game. They bring a lot of mystery, they bring a lot of variety to T20 cricket and to cricket in general. So let's just go through Sunil Narine and the mystery that he brings.
Daryl, they think that it might be a little bit too much for you, so they send me back.
Very good. I love the support.
Yeah.
So Sunil Narine, I've had the opportunity to play cricket when he just started his career. So I know a little more about what he does in terms of his bowling.
Yeah.
So he bowls a conventional off break. Now, conventional grip for an off spinner is a grip that is firm between the index, the index finger and the middle finger. So normally you'd find an off spinner holding the ball like this. Sunil Narine does it a little bit differently. He uses the middle finger and that 4th finger to grip the ball, and those are the 2 dominant fingers when he spins the ball, whether he spins it conventionally into right-handers or unconventionally away from right-handers as well.
You mean the doosra?
Yes, so we start with the conventional off-break, which is imparting side spin on the ball so that the ball will spin into a right-hander. We saw a delivery ball, I think, to Shadab Khan today that spun and bounced, even beat the batter, beat the wicketkeeper. So that is something that you expect generally when you're facing an off-spinner. Now, the other variety that Sunil Narine has is the knuckle ball. What he does is he places 2 of his fingers behind the ball. So he uses his knuckles to push the ball out rather than side spin the ball. So what that does is, of course, takes the pace off the delivery. The ball hangs a little bit more in the air. There's a wobble seam, and the ball then usually tends to move in different direction. We saw that today, the wicket of Azam Khan.
Even the ball to Munro,
Yeah.
First delivery, they came back a little bit,
A reminder of that for you viewers. So off spin on the right, knuckle ball on the left. Those are the 2 varieties that he uses primarily against batters. And it has, produced a lot of wickets for Sunil Narine across formats. And what he achieves is good economy as well. If he's not getting a wicket, he is also keeping batters calm. They're not able to get off and ease the pressure when they're batting. Now, Wanindu Hasaranga is very different. He's an X-factor bowler. He's very similar to Sunil Narine in terms of output with wickets and with good economy. Now, his variations are a little bit different. He collapses his front leg, so he's able to deliver the ball from a lower trajectory, hence lack of bounce, the ball skidding to you a little bit more. So if it pitches back of a length, you might want to play across the line, but the bounce is so low that oftentimes it deceives you. Then the other thing that he does very well is the point of release. So he comes with a wide arm, not with a vertical arm, delivers in front of the umpire, so the ball comes off from a different angle and a different trajectory as well. So those subtle variations, along with his ability to turn the ball away from right-handers, bowl the wrong on, skid the ball through, that's a concoction, a deadly concoction for any batter.
But especially bowling from round arm, bowling that googly, that is probably one of the hardest ball to bowl. I know reverse swing, we talk about the slingy action and bring the ball back in, but that's just flicking the wrist and making sure that the ball comes from outside the off stump. But from there, from the sort of umpire's shirt, and you have to really just move your wrist all the way back to get it right. And a decent pace also, don't forget. I mean, these guys, youngsters, I don't know if I call them youngsters, especially Sunil Narine, but he's been playing for a long time. But yeah, amazing, skills they have, and especially that knuckleball. I am not sure how these guys do it. Honestly, this is a softer part of your hand, and it's okay whatever you do with this side because you pick up heavy stuff with that. But bowling from the knuckles and getting it right most of the time is just an unbelievable talent.
Well, thanks, guys. That was incredible. I feel like I want to go out there and bowl. Maybe I learned something, hopefully by the end of this. But on the other side of the break, we have Mohammad Amir, who's going to teach us how he bowls a Yorker. Welcome back on Cricket Safari. My guests now, Danny Morrison and Rohan Gavaskar. Danny, a very delighted Danny, I must say, because Knight Riders have finally won. Was that your prediction?
Should we celebrate with a little bit of a dance and
I
cut
think
loose?
so,
Come
Danny.
On, you know it. Let's go. The Knight Riders, I tell you, they are going to be champions in 2024.
All right, that's a big prediction.
This is a bold call, isn't it?
What about you, Gava?
Well, listen, I'm like I've been saying, I'm at the bottom of the leaderboard where predictions are concerned. Well, that's because the leaderboard in the predictions, we're going by height order. So you've got the shortest at the bottom.
No,
and we're here together.
Yeah,
we're
we're here
together. This is the short show.
This is not the short show.
Short and sharp, we're finished?
No,
That's
but
it.
I want to say, Gava was at the bottom with the Knight Riders with his predictions, and it looks like it's going up for both.
No, I didn't get. I went with the Vipers. So, listen.
I know, you talking about last season or today?
Well, I went with the Vipers. I said, look, Vipers today.
Okay, but you know what? We just saw Darren give us an incredible, informative session at the hitting zone about the incredible bowlers. And now we're going to hear from Mohammad Amir, who shows us how he bowls a Yorker.
हेलो जी, मैं हूं मोहम्मद आमिर और मैं ILT20 में सीज़न 2 में डेजर्ट वाइपर्स के लिए लेके आ रहा हूं यॉर्कर। मेरा मेन फोकस ये होता है कि जितना इसको मैं लेट रिलीज करूं, यहाँ से आगे से जितना फ्लैट तरीके से रिलीज करूं, उतना अच्छा यॉर्कर एग्जीक्यूट होगा। कुछ बॉलर्स देखते हैं विकेट्स की बेल्स, लेकिन मैं बैट्समैन के फीट और जो विकेट की जो नीचे बेस होती है मैं उसको टारगेट कर रहा होता हूँ, जो और भागते हुए वो चीज़ मेरे नज़र में होती है कि मैं उसको देख रहा होता हूँ, क्योंकि माइंड को आपने मैसेज देना कि मैंने यहाँ पे बॉल फेंकना है, तो मैं भागते हुए उस टारगेट को देख रहा होता हूँ कि मैंने बॉल डिलीवर कहाँ करना है। और मोस्टली जो फोकस होना चाहिए वो यॉर्कर जो है वो यहाँ से जितना आप लेट रिलीज कर सकते हैं फ्रंट से वो बेटर होता है। यहाँ से जितना आप यहाँ से बॉल रिलीज कर देंगे वो बॉल पीछे गिर जाएगा। काफ़ी मैंने आउट किए हुए यॉर्कर्स पे, लेकिन दो ऐसी बॉलें हैं उन पे विकेट तो नहीं मिली थी, लेकिन वो मुझे बहुत पसंद है। एक चैंपियन ट्रॉफी में मैंने डेविड मिलर को किया था, वो गिर गए थे, अंपायर ने आउट दे दिया था बट उन्होंने रिव्यू ले लिया था। उसके बाद 2017 में मैंने डेविड वार्नर को किया था सिडनी में, वो भी गिर गए थे, तो रिवर्स भी हो रहा था अच्छा बॉल। तो आई थिंक यॉर्कर तो ऑलवेज आपको पता है कि ऐसा बॉल है कि अगर आप इसको अच्छी तरह एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं तो ये आपके लिए विकेट टेकिंग बॉल भी हो सकता है, फिर जहाँ पे आपने डॉट बॉल क्रिएट करने होते हैं वो भी कर सकते हैं।
Now we just saw a quick lesson from Mohammad Amir, but the lesson I want to learn is from Danny Morrison. Tell me about your Yorkers.
Yorkers, well, funnily enough, and I don't like to do this and blow my own trumpet, apart from the hairstyle, is I got a Yorker against you fellows. India, 1994, Sachin was playing and just got it right. I tell you why, when he's on a serious note, what you look at is the base of the stump that you're trying to hit. So the top of your mind, you're looking at the base of that, say, off stump, middle stump or leg stump, and so you're totally fixed on that. And the thing about it, and Rowan, mate, may differ, but for batters, it's that rhythm thing. You get into it and it becomes muscle memory. It's a bit like bowling a Yorker. You've got to bowl a lot of them. You've got to practice a lot of them. Wakar talks about how much he bowled them in Sharjah growing up. You just got to keep bowling at them. Lasith Malinga put a shoe there and he aimed at that. So different strokes for different folks, but it's about getting it right more often than not, and particularly in this modern era. If you don't, then you disappear miles. For us who played in the 20th century, a little bit different. If you're slightly off, you didn't get as moosed as far, but certainly it was about muscle memory and lots of practice on where you wanted to look.
Well, now that we've had this game here, there's another big one in Sharjah. As we know, it's the Dubai Capitals taking on the Gulf Giants.
Oh!
Dan, are you excited?
Well, I am, and look, have we found out the Capitals, are they batting?
They are batting, that's right.
Well, you've got to get plenty. You're at Sharjah. A little bit trickier as the tournament goes on, and perhaps the pitches might get a bit tired. But Ro, what do you reckon? Got to get 180, 190?
Well, at least. I think you've got to get about 175, 180 to be competitive. Anything over that, you get about 190, you think you're really in the game. Small ground, big sixes. So I think about 175, 180. If you won the toss and decided to bat first, that tells you that's probably a good deck to bat on.
And how important do you think it is for David Warner today, personally, also to get his best going?
Yes, what do you reckon? He got naught the last game we were there.
Well,
Loved it.
Look,
Dan, you naughty man.
Well, it's all about rock star batters, honestly, isn't it? And then there's been a lot of pomp and ceremony. Warner retiring from the Aussie team. Here we are in the franchise stuff. Big name. And he got a good one from David Willey. Yeah.
Absolutely. His captaincy's been good.
Yeah, his captaincy is excellent, but he's also the kind of player, the kind of batter that one innings and suddenly be in form, on fire, and set the tournament alight. Because that's the kind of player he is. His record in white ball cricket is second to none. What really astounds me is his record in Test cricket. Fabulous. He's just a fabulous all-round batter.
And what about Sam Billings? He's been on a roll.
Yeah, look, he's another one of these star players that love dining out on the franchise circuit, and rightly so. Hasn't been keeping, he's been fielding in the outfield, and he's taken a screamer of a catch in the deep the other night in Dubai. And look at his stroke play, all around the clock. Really good move in the crease. Wicket keepers do this, they improvise well, they've got great wrists, and again, to sum up the situation, he does that very well.
Well, final thoughts from you guys. We're back here again tomorrow, another afternoon game.
Are we staying here? Should we sleep under the covers? Oh, we could just hide over there. Us hobbits do that sort of thing. We're good at it. See you there.
Are you looking forward to tomorrow?
I am, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Giants versus Capital, but definitely tomorrow.
Well, Knight Riders beat my Emirates. We're going to find out tomorrow. But till then, that's all we have from the Zayed Cricket Stadium. The Knight Riders back to winning ways, winning by 6 wickets. Danny.
Oh, I thought it was rugby.